Tom Brady's back in the news, but this time it's not for his broadcasting career with Fox. This time, he went on the DeepCut Podcast and said that he would not be opposed to making a Jordan-like comeback to the NFL. This is what he had to say on DeepCut.
Let's say one day there's a situation, right? Maybe it's the 49ers, maybe, heading to the playoffs. Offense is great.
Patriots,
somebody,
Raiders,
look,
could be, you never know.
God forbid somebody goes down. Would you pick up that phone?
I'm not opposed to it. If they would, I don't know if they're going to let me if I become an owner in the NFL team, but I don't know if, I don't know. I'm always going to be in good shape. I'll always be able to throw the ball. So to come in for a little bit, like MJ coming back, I don't know if they let me, but I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Do you think Tom Brady should unretire for the second
Oh, yeah.
time?
He mentioned the Patriots. Yeah. Love to have him back. Come back, Tom, to the Patriots. Love to have you. That would be something, man. I'd be at that game. I'd pay primo dollars to be in the stands when Brady ran out onto the field in a Patriots uniform wearing number 12. Huh? That would be history. And that would be every Patriots dream, every Patriots fan's dream, for Tom Brady to run out on the field and play again. Huh?
Yeah.
Even at 47 years old.
Yeah.
Given what the Patriots got for quarterback right now, he'd be a major upgrade, that's for sure.
Over Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah. Look at this. Look what he had. I mean, he's been retired 1 year, right? This last year with the Bucs, 4,700 yards, 5 game-winning drives, 67% completion percentage, and 0 running game. They were last in the NFL in running. Most attempts, most completions, and NFL records. That's in his last year. He was 45 years old. So, hey, I'd take him. I got more to say about it, but I want to hear what you have to say.
Believe me. I mean, I would love it for the NFL. Having Tom Brady back would be a blessing. Well, let's be honest here. We saw him in the last year. Correct. He put up great numbers with literally 0 running game. But what I saw visually was that if there was a half second of pressure, he's getting the ball out. Whether it's incomplete, a bad throw, over the head of someone, or into the arms of the defender, which he did 9 times, it was not pretty. That Cowboys game and against the Rams, against that pass rush, not even in his last season. But we talk about the playoff game a couple years ago against the Rams. He was getting battered and bruised that entire game. Aaron Donald was all over him. Von Miller all over him. He had no time to throw. And in that very last season, honestly, it was a little bit embarrassing to watch. Just because it would literally take him half a second, and then he would get rid of the ball because he's afraid of getting hit, which is reasonable when you're 45 years old. Now, in an era where maybe he's going to do this because Aaron Donald's gone, J.J. Watt's gone, you still got Myles Garrett out there, Max Crosby, and number one of these players. Although, if you join the Raiders, you don't got to deal with Max Crosby tackling you. But it's also kind of interesting what he said about the New England Patriots. Because what we heard in the dynasty was, at least in 2019, he could play till 50. He was never going to re-sign with the New England Patriots. But here's the kicker. Let's be honest. There was one major person that is why Brady was no longer with the New England Patriots.
Who would that be?
Well, that person's gone. Bill Belichick is gone.
Yeah.
And it seems like, by the way, there's a lot going on inside of Gillette Stadium. The do your job signs are getting taken down, putting up posters of the historical moments within the Patriots organization. Everything is moving within that building.
I'm sure that all those Super Bowl trophies are still in the trophy case.
But what I'm saying is the fact that he said Patriots about a month and a half after the documentary concluded, and that quote came out before the documentary even came out, episode 1 came out, was that even he could play till 50. He's not going to re-sign with the Patriots. Him saying this now, and then the Raiders, of course, he's going to be a part. He was at least trying to. I think the deal still hasn't gone through.
He hasn't got a deal yet.
Right. It was weird. They still need to agree on it and whatever. It's a complete mess at the moment, but I guess that's why he said the Raiders is because he's trying to be a part-time owner with the Raiders. I think him and Mark Davis are also very, very close. So I think it's interesting. I think it's good for the NFL. I also think there's a little bit of jealousy. Because what have we heard for the past 2 seasons? Mahomes is better than Brady. Let's take this trip down before we really get into it. Let's say the 49ers, Brock Purdy gets injured. And so they call up Tom Brady, just like if they made it to the Super Bowl 2 years ago, they would have called up Phillip Rivers to be their starting quarterback. Let's say they call up Tom Brady. He comes in week 9, let's say. Leads them to the playoffs, which with that team, they probably will make it. And let's just say, hypothetically, he wins the Super Bowl. Number 8 at age 47. I think at that point, Mahomes could do whatever he wants. He's not winning a Super Bowl at age 47.
I think he's already got that. My own feeling is there's all this hype about that. It's hype in my mind. I think Brady is still always the GOAT.
I do as well.
Yeah,
but I think
Mahomes got a long way to go to get to 7.
He does.
Or to get to 8, actually.
And that's the thing. Brady even said that recently. He thinks it's about Super Bowl wins. And that's what we heard throughout his career. Oh, Montana's 4-0. Even when he won his 5th, Montana's 4-0, though. Oh, but then he got his 6th. Okay, so now he has the most out of any player in the NFL. And then he won his 7th. Oh, when you talk about how many Super Bowls, every single entity in the NFL has, you start with Brady with 7. Then you go to franchises. That's how much Brady has separated himself.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is great for the NFL. And I think the fact that he's always said he's 100% retired and now he's entertaining this idea, I think it's interesting. I really do. What else are you going to say about it?
Well, he's a fitness freak. Right?
That's true.
He's into longevity. He's into pliability.
That TB12 method.
I've got the TB12 method up in my bookcase there. It hasn't worked so well for me, but, I haven't really got...
You don't eat avocado ice cream and drink chia seeds every day.
I got to start doing that here soon. He would have been the top free agent last year, don't you think? It was who else was out there? Wilson and Cousins. He was head and shoulders over both of them, I think.
Especially the fact that Kirk Cousins coming off an injury.
Let's say the Vikings are 3 or 4-1 after 5 games.
Okay.
And they've got 7 elite players out there. And something happens to Sam Darnold, who I don't think will be 5-1 after 6 games.
Fair.
With the Vikings. Do you think Brady would get a call? I do.
100%.
Yeah.
1,000.
Let's say that Jared Goff goes down in week 11 and can't play the rest of the season. Do you think the Lions would call Tom Brady? I do. I think they would. 50 quarterbacks played last year. 50. Right? There's 32 teams. There's 32 teams. So injuries happen. There's going to be an opportunity. He has opened the door. The call will come. The call will come, Nate.
I'll also say this. Even after Brock Purdy, when healthy, had an undefeated season, the 49ers still wanted Brady. Brock Purdy, even though he got hurt in the Eagles game, if you take away that game, was undefeated. And he was being compared already at that time to Kurt Warner and Tom Brady. Kyle Shanahan still wanted Brady in that building to be the starting quarterback. He even told Brock Purdy he'd be the backup to Brady. Which, I think if anyone says, by the way, Brady's going to be in our building and you can learn from him, I would take that as well.
I wouldn't take that as a criticism.
I wouldn't as well.
Yeah.
But if you're telling me, and by the way, the reason why I don't think the 49ers would be a perfect fit is because the offensive line last year was not good, at least in pass blocking wise. The Raiders haven't had a good offensive line in years, if not a whole decade. Basically, Derek Carr's entire career was behind a bad offensive line. Vikings, that makes sense. They have a pretty good offensive line. I would say the Lions, they had a top-tier offensive line the past couple seasons. Penei Sewell is a phenomenal offensive lineman. Was it Ragnow? Also phenomenal offensive lineman. They have a great O-line. So those two teams make sense a little bit. And not only that, you add on top of the fact that you have wide receivers on the lines like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Khalif Raymond's not bad. Sam Laporta, you have a very good tight end. You have, if you go to the Vikings, I think they even have they have even more. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. You have Aaron Jones, T.J. Hawkinson, Christian Darrisaw, the offensive lineman.
Yeah,
there's pieces there to be had that Tom Brady could be very intrigued in.
Yeah,
and that's why he kind of went to Tampa. You had Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. And you knew they were going to draft an offensive lineman anyway. You bring in Antonio Brown just to add to the plethora of talent as well. You bring in Gronk back from retirement. You get Leonard Fournette to bolster the running game. Like, that's the power Brady has.
He's opened the door. He's opened the door. He's going to get a call.
And let's be honest.
He's going to get a call.
He shut the door.
He can be picky. He can see who it is. He mentioned the Patriots. Man, it makes the hair on the back of my neck, what little hair I got, stand on end. Yeah, it does. I'm excited about this. I'm hoping that he would pick the Patriots. That would be something, man. We could go to that game and see Tom Brady come back out on the field, number 12 in the Patriots uniform. Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's big.
Well, then the question is, what would you do about the fact that the Patriots are inducting him into the Hall of Fame? Could you play even though you're already in the Patriots Hall of Fame?
Sure, why not? You could get in there twice. Put you up there twice.
He's not winning a Super Bowl with the New England Patriots.
Well,
They got nobody.
yeah. Well, they would have
Hold
somebody if they had him. If they had him, that would change the whole culture
You
there.
draft Marvin Harrison, bring Brady back.
Yeah,
That ain't bad.
yeah.
That ain't bad.
That could be very cool. Very cool. Very cool.
Tom Brady, of course, and that's the interesting thing. He shut down any word of coming back up until that point. It was always like, I'm retired. I'm enjoying retirement. I got the thing with Fox now. And now all of a sudden he's like, well, if a team calls.
What do you think Fox thinks when he says something like that? I mean, he's in the booth for 6 weeks and then, see you later, guys. I'm going off to play in the NFL.
Well, Matt Ryan did that. And that's the thing about Tom Brady. You're right. He is a fitness freak. Peyton Manning looked broken. He looked absolutely 9 touchdowns,
so
17
Drew
picks.
Brees can't lift his right arm
Drew
over
Brees
his
can't throw the
shoulder.
football with his right arm anymore.
He throws it left-handed to his kids now.
Matt Ryan, we saw him in his last year with the Colts. That was ugly. That was sad.
Yeah.
That Thursday night game, Broncos Colts, that was the worst football game I've ever seen in my second worst football game I've ever seen. The first one would be the Jets Jaguars Thursday night game, where they were cheering Chris Streveler for first downs because they couldn't get any first down.
Yeah.
That was the worst game I've ever seen.
I don't know. The last game, the Patriots game season last year was pretty bad. The game in the snow.
Trevor Siemian.
That was awful.
Broke.
Trevor Siemian beat the Patriots. Bailey Zappi could not do anything. Nothing.
Couldn't get to
Nothing.
8 straight years. It was 7.5. That's when the streak ended.
Oh, well.
It was at 15 games. Trevor Siemian broke that streak. And Bill Belichick was petty enough to tell Mac Jones a little hour before the game, your emergency quarterback 3. Nathan Rourke, who was there for maybe a half second, is the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Tom Brady could be coming back, and what's weird about that is he'll be coached underneath his former linebacker.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
I would love to see it. I would love to see that.
I
think we'll probably be going to his Hall of Fame induction anyway, right?
Yeah, you got to put in your information, and you earn a chance to win.
You can't just buy a ticket to go?
They sent it out today. I don't know if you can right now, but they sent out something today about...
you can win a ticket?
Sweepstakes. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll do that, but I'll buy a ticket too. I want to go.
If that's available, I don't know if it is right now.
Yeah.
I just got the email about a sweepstakes.
I'm going to take my Volkswagen bus and sleep in the parking lot.
like a true tailgater.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, if you want to check out the full episode, make sure you click the I in the top right-hand corner right now. If you want to listen to this show anywhere you go, make sure you go to anchor.fm/The Harvey Hour or anywhere you get your podcasts.